Today is an amazing day because libraries are such vibrant community centers, but not everyone knows that. A couple months ago, I was at a networking event and I had a name tag on with that I work at the library. And a woman looked at me and she saw the word innovation because it's in my title. And she looked at me and she looked at the name tag and she said, "What does the library do that's innovative?" Ooh. I know, it stung, and I hear it often, so I get used to it, right? But for some reason, that day, it stung. Because people need to know that libraries are these amazing community centers that help enrich people's lives. And what they're doing has evolved and changed over the years. It is not your grandmother's library. And this is a testament right here at the Summey North Charleston Library. When you go inside, you are gonna find tools and technology, programs and staff that are dedicated to the community and making sure that they enrich those lives. So we are so excited that this day has come, and we're going to hear from several elected officials and leaders who made today possible. We're going to start with an invocation by Coastal Crisis Chaplaincy, and we have Chaplain Rich Robinson.
If you'd like to join me in a prayer. Almighty God, we thank you for this beautiful day, a very special day to dedicate this library to our community. But especially, God, we ask for you to, may this library be for us a symbolism of the legacy of the leadership of our beloved Mayor, Keith Summey. We thank you, Lord, that within these walls, minds will grow, innovation will happen and be birthed within hearts, that staff will serve the community, that it'll be a hub for connection. And may we be mindful of the legacy of North Charleston and the growth that we've seen, the innovation that we've seen, the jobs brought to the community, a place where we can live, work, and play together. And may this library symbolize that and be for each of us a place of growth. God, we ask your blessing upon these grounds, upon these walls, upon all that walk within, all the staff that serve, and the community that grows. And we ask for your blessing upon our mayor as well. And we thank you, and it's in your holy and precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Chaplain. Please stand for the presentation of colors by Military Magnets, North Charleston's own, Junior ROTC Color Guard.
Mark time. March. Color guard. Hold. Left wheel. March. Color guard. Hold. Present.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I forgot the Pledge of Allegiance.
Order. Right wheel. March. Forward. March.
Thank you so much. And thank you to Military Magnet for being here today. And I have to say, we had so many businesses and community organizations that came out and decided to really be a part of this, so thank you. And you may be seated. And now we will have our Executive Director of the Charleston County Public Library, Ms. Angela Craig.
Good morning. I'm a tall lady. I'm gonna have to raise the mic. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Keith Summey Public Library. We are so happy to have this wonderful day. The library is a culmination of a lot of time, thought, and effort, and it's definitely been worth the wait. We want to thank you, Mayor Summey. We're so happy to have you here today. And I would just like to acknowledge all of the elected officials here from the county, if you don't mind just standing up and just saying hello. Thank you for your support for the referendum, and this is one of the reasons why we have this beautiful building. Thank you, County Council. And I just wanted to also say thank you to any elected officials from the city of North Charleston. This is one of your wonderful branches, so if you were here, could you just wave or acknowledge yourself so we could say thank you again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It should be noted that when this branch was originally built, it was only for white patrons and it was a segregated library. But after a time that was amended, and now it is welcoming and inclusive to all, just like any good public library should be. I need to say thank you to Carolyn LeCue. Carolyn, please stand up. There we are. She and other community members shared family pictures that you will see in the historic wall inside that give an inclusive look of the history of the area while also grounding us in the future, which I'm very, very grateful for. So thank you so much for your time and talent. I want to thank McMillan, Pazin, and Smith as the architects and design. This building is 20,000 square feet, but it feels a lot bigger, folks, and we're so, so grateful for the beauty and majesty of the building. Thank you to MB Khan. They have been our contractors for almost the entirety of the referendum, and they've done a fantastic job. And thank you to the folks that designed the historic wall history workshop. When you walk in, that is one of the first things that you see, and I love that it is a grounding focus of our library. I want to thank the wonderful CCPL staff. You're going to hear from the branch manager in just a second, but for those of you that were here when it was Cooper River Library, you'll see some familiar faces and you'll see some new faces, but the library staff are so happy to be here and welcoming you into their new space. Thank you to Walt Smalls and the wonderful facilities team. We deeply appreciate your partnership, and I want to thank you all patrons for being here as well for this wonderful day. And last, I want to thank the library board members. Thank you for your support. Thank you for always showing up. This is a beautiful day, and I'm going to stop talking because I know we want to cut this ribbon really soon. So thank you for being here.
And now I'd like to introduce Chairman Herb Sass.
Good morning, everyone. Thank y'all for being here. What a gorgeous day for us to open up the fifth and final of our new libraries that the citizens of Charleston County approved about 10 years ago. Part of that process was to build 5 new libraries and to rebuild and reconstruct and add new things to the existing libraries. So I can truly say that, as Natalie said that word innovative, there's a lot of innovation that's here and that's in all our libraries. And this is the most recent one, so it's probably got more innovation than anybody else. But one thing that I want to thank is I want to thank the Board of Trustees. I want to thank Walt Smalls and our staff and everybody at the county. I want to particularly thank our council members, including the sitting council members and Anna Johnson, who helped us marshal this through, as well as the North Charleston Council and North Charleston Planning, because a lot of work went into this library, and we'd planned to bring it on earlier, but we brought it along in conjunction with the other development that we were doing up here. And so it's all one big, great plan for this area, and I think it's a really important thing that we got this accomplished. So I just want to thank everybody for that, and I'm excited to come see it myself. So thank y'all very much.
And now Charleston County Councilman Henry Darby, who represents this district.
Good morning. To Mayor Summey and his family, to all distinguished, eminent, notable, and esteemed guests, thank you for being here today. Several years ago, or several decades ago, on this historic site, my generation of African Americans and those before could not enter the Cooper River Library site. In spite of the fact that segregation was declared legally dead by the means of Brown versus Board of Education, May 17, 1954. Although the downtown Charleston Library allowed African Americans to enter in 1960, That was not the case for the Cooper River site. It was not until African Americans and a few liberal whites applied pressure to power that African Americans could enter and peruse the books on the Cooper River site. The site brings to mind the words of Thomas Carlyle, the Scottish philosopher and historian. No lie shall live forever. The site brings to mind the words of William Cullen Bryant, the American poet, that truth crushed to the earth will rise again. The site brings to mind the words of Theodore Parker, a famous abolitionist minister, that the arc of the universe is long, but it bends toward justice. The site brings to mind the words of Sun Tzu, the Chinese military general and philosopher, that the wheels of justice grind slow, but exceedingly fine. This site brings the words to mind of the Bible. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. If one were to take a cogent and efficacious analysis of the aforementioned quotes, one must conclude that they all were saying, in the end, right will win. It may take right a long time, but in the end, right will win. Whether it is the Jews in Egypt, the serfs in Russia, or the African Americans in the United States, in the end, right will win. Jesus proved it, Apostle Paul proved it, Copernicus proved it, Galileo Galilei proved it, Mohandas K. Gandhi proved it, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. proved it. In the end, right will win. You may well ask, where's he going with this? Why is he talking about right will win in the end? Yesteryear, as a black boy, it was against the law for me to enter this site. But today, here I stand as a black man giving honor to a white mayor. Who would have had the clairvoyance in the 1960s that this day would come? Who could have fathomed such a feat during the time of blatant segregation and discrimination? It came because in the end, right did win. Thus today, as a precursor to honoring Mayor Summey, I give thanks to all of those who helped structure the dream of integration at the Cooper River site into reality. To have done anything less, it would have been an affront, and I would have been remiss in giving credit to those whose shoulders we stand today. Mayor Summey, it is indubitable. Many will say you were good for and good to the city of North Charleston, and rightfully so. However, the city of North Charleston has been good for and good to you. You are from Cottageville, South Carolina. And this city gave you a father-in-law, Minor Crosby, who helped get you involved in politics. This city provided you with a wife, Deborah Crosby, who is innately talented in her own right, who climbed to the mountaintop of judgeship. This city gave your daughter Annie the same opportunity to follow the footsteps of her mother to judgeship. It gave your son Elliot the preeminent opportunity to follow your footsteps to become a member of Charleston County Council and serving as its chairman and becoming an illustrative director of the Charleston International Airport. This city has been good to you, and this city will also provide the means of your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, and other posterity. Mayor Summey, your previous avocation of managing your father-in-law's business, Crosby, Garage, and Towing, to become one of the most revered mayors says a lot about your character and will. Although you procured a college degree, you worked as a tow truck driver. There's nothing wrong with being a tow truck driver, because all work which is honest is honorable. Frederick Douglass is still right. It's not the height you have reached, but from the depth you have climbed. And you have climbed that mountain of mayorship, of which many are now aspiring to emulate. Mayor Summey, you have been honored before. You have been honored with a portrait bust at the North Charleston Coliseum. You have been honored with the Medical University Children's Health Medical Pavilion in North Charleston. To further give you an honor, a dream of your son and that of Councilman Teddy Pryor, who as chairman ushered in the votes on county council to make the dream of a R. Keith Summey Library a reality. Much is indebted to him and Charleston County Council. Mayor Summey, your accomplishments are too numerous to enumerate. Your performance is too broad to survey. Your achievements are too multitudinous to convey. Your competence is second to none. Your integrity is enviable. Your versatility and efficiency laudable. And your capability and proficiency admirable. Coming upon your retirement, I can say that you ran this city like Beethoven composed music. You ran this city like Shakespeare wrote poetry. You ran this city like Michelangelo painted pictures. You ran this city like Jackie Robinson played baseball. You ran this city like Bill Russell won championships. You ran this city like Tom Brady quarterback football. Mayor Summey, your ingenuity, professionalism, experience, and will made the city of North Charleston one of the greatest cities within the confines of America. Thus, as a result, the citizens of North Charleston and that of Charleston County hereby honor you with the building bearing your name. Mayor Summey, finally, in spite of all of your honors and approbations, continue doing justly, continue loving mercy, and continue to walk humbly before thy God, and continue to do what is necessary to help others, because in the end, the right will win. It always has, and it always will.
Thank you, sir. And now, without further ado, the Mayor of North Charleston, Mr. Keith Summey.
Henry didn't leave me anything to say. He taught my son history in middle school. And he had such an influence on him when he went to college, he majored in history. And I said, son, what are you being prepared for life by studying history? He said, Daddy, it's that you learn from the good and you take the bad and you don't repeat it. So, thank you, Henry.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. It is indeed a pleasure to be here, but I want you to take my name off of the building. I want you to look at this North Charleston Ranch Library. It's going to be here far beyond people know who Keith Summey was. And that's good, because it will be here to serve the public, especially our children, as they advance, so that they can have an opportunity that each of us have had to grow, become representatives of the people that they love and serve, and an opportunity to enhance the quality then of the families that they bring aboard. I've been extremely blessed in my life by many things. One, and she doesn't like me mentioning her, but my wife Debbie, who I started dating dating then was holding hands under the pew in the church because her daddy couldn't see us at 15 and 14. But we have been together ever since. And she has been the strength that carries me, because she's very strong-willed. She loves education. She loves children, and she's been a rewarding experience for me in my life. I wouldn't be where I am today without her, because I hadn't even planned on going to college. And she told me she wasn't going to marry me unless I did. So I got in college. But that just says everybody within this community contributes to the quality of our community and the quality of life. This is going to be something that represents our community, not the mayor. It represents the opportunity for every child and every adult that walks through it to have an opportunity to enhance their quality of life. So I salute Charleston County, I salute the library board for bringing this and including the history of the old building that was here for years, because I think it helps us remember from where we have come. A 5,000 square foot building to a 25,000 square foot gorgeous building today. And when you walk inside, it draws you in. It's not just blank walls. It's not just books all over shelves. It's about the opportunity to enhance ourselves and grow ourselves by what's in there to serve us as the citizens of the city of North Charleston. So I want to salute County Council for appropriating the funds. I want to salute the library board. I tell you, it's amazing to see what libraries are today compared to what they were when I was a young boy. So God bless you. God bless the young people and adults that will be using this facility, the North Charleston branch on Rivers Avenue. God bless you.
Thank you, Mayor. And now from the Charleston County Public Library Board of Trustees, we have Chairwoman Melanie Collins.
Good morning. What an exciting day. Most of you who have been on the board or to our meetings know how passionate I've been about this particular library. But before I start, I want to recognize my colleagues on the Board of Trustees. Would you please stand? We have Jerry Riley and Rob Byko. It's been a long time coming, but we're here, and I'm so excited about it. It's special to me because this library will serve a community that is very important to me, and that's Liberty Hill. When the Cooper River Memorial Library was built, my mother and my community were not allowed to use this library and had to go all the way downtown. And as you will hear in stories later on today, when the doors were open to us, we were treated very poorly. And now here we are, 75 years later, at the grand opening of the R. Keith Summey Library of the Charleston County Public Library System. A library open to all, to serve all with respect and dignity. In the process of this library coming out of the ground, month by month, you could see transformations of the outside of the library. And today, you get to see the transformation on the inside. There's more space, more computers, more items in collection, more staff, and more resources. This library, to the delight of my mother, has a cooking classroom, a place where our community can learn to make new recipes, try new foods, and learn about growing foods. Thanks to a grant, we have hands-on hydroponic gardens where fresh herbs and vegetables are growing in nutrient-rich liquid solutions that will be used in future culinary programs. Our teens and our children have dedicated spaces for them to enjoy computers for their age group and a gaming system for teens. The library design was made for our community with 2 entrances to the branch. You can access it from the parking lot or if you're walking along Rivers Avenue. We know our patrons have done a lot of looking at the process, peeping in the windows. But when these doors open momentarily, we want everyone to know that they are welcome and there's a place for them inside. I am excited to share with you all that Vaughn and his staff have in store for you. I know you will find new experiences, new opportunities each time you visit. Welcome to your R. Keith Summey Library, part of the Charleston County Public Library System.
Thank you, Ms. Collins. Now I'd like to introduce former Councilwoman Anna Johnson. Ms. Johnson was the liaison for County Council for the last several years and had been a huge advocate for the library system. So now I invite her to say a few words.
I know this is not the classroom, but you all have been very quiet. And this is a big celebration here. You all are a part of something big.
Yes.
So guess what? I hope we have a lot of good Baptists here, because I want to say good morning to you, and I want a response. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This is a beautiful day.
Yes, it is.
Let us rejoice and be glad in it. This has been a long time coming,
Yes.
and I couldn't wait for it to happen. So I'm looking forward to going inside, and I'm not going to take too long. I know sometimes I do, but hold your finger up. Let me know it's time to quit. I'm grateful that I was able to serve on this library board, the council first, for those of you that are here that was in District 8, that voted for me to be on Charleston County Council. I thank you, because that allowed me to be here on the library board. What a big board to be on. That's what I thought when I first came on. And I stayed on it most of the time that I've been on council, because it's so important to me. When I was coming up on Jamestown, we had to go to the city to go to the library. And to know that now all over we have big, beautiful libraries that have the services equal to downtown. You don't have to always get in the car and run really far. I want to thank all of you who voted for the referendum to allow us to have the money to build these libraries. 5 new libraries. This is something big, y'all. Something really big. And you know what? We have a lot of other people that are trying to do the same thing, because it is needed. Libraries have changed. I am thinking about the time when COVID came on, and we were able to have the testing shots done at the libraries. That's a great thing. Something new. Computers all over, yes. Community centers all over. The tiny tots come in, they don't want to leave. They are enjoying it too. And guess what? The senior citizens, I'm waiting for them to have the bingo too now. But the libraries are serving us in so many ways. So many ways. And I'm just so grateful that we have this opportunity to come here and see the Keith Summey Library. Mr. Pryor, I thank you for your leadership on Charleston County that allowed us to be able to get to this point where we not only got the money, but we got the completion now. The completion of 5 new libraries. All of the council members that have been involved with this operation of getting the money and the building and the facilities, I want to thank you, and our staff members. I know Mr. Smalls got tired of hearing me talk about the Baxter Patrick and this one and that one. Yes, I wanted to hear about all of them. I wanted to come to all Ms. Craig and see what you all are doing and what we are giving back to the community. We were listening to the community. They wanted us to keep the Memorial, Cooper River Memorial Library building. We got that. We have an integrated library. We have a history of all of that. So the staff was listening to the public, and we want to thank you for all of your monies that you put in to make this a successful project for Charleston County. Amen, y'all.
Amen.
Thank you. And it's important to note that the staff of Charleston County Public Library have been hard at work to make sure that today has been possible. So we want to thank each and every staff member that were able to just give all their hearts and souls to get this open. I've been watching them the last few weeks, some of them sleep deprived, and they wanted to make sure that this was absolutely perfect for you all today. And Vaughn Yeager is the branch manager of this library, and he's going to say a few words.
Good morning. I want to talk to you quickly about hopes and dreams. Libraries represent their communities, and this building represents the hopes and dreams of this community. Sorry. Someday, a child that enters this building today will have memories of the story time, of what they learned here. An adult that went into this building remember a conversation they had that changed their life. It's important that we know that this is what this place represents. It's not just brick. It's not just stone and glass. It is the soul of this community. And I want you to know that my staff and I are ready. We've waited a long time. So if you, and we can't wait for you to see this building. It is beautiful. It is well deserving for this community, and they are gonna have a great time here today and every day going forward as we build our legacy that starts today. So Mayor, thank you.
Thank you, Vaughn. So today you will get to expect, you'll see so much in there. I'd like to thank the School of the Arts. Their jazz ensemble will be playing as you enter. We'll have photo booth opportunities. We'll have our creative studio demonstrations with a 3D printer making some commemorative bookmarks. Our cooking demonstration starts at 10:30. We have Chef Amethyst Ganaway. We're so grateful to have her, a food writer and chef. She'll be cooking up a storm in the kitchen. We'll have our story time at 11 with our very own Albert and Cool Ray from the Stingrays. Later, teens will get to play life-size checkers and enjoy some pizza, because you know that's what gets them here. No, just kidding. We'll have the Low Country Children's Museum doing a pop-up Tinker Shop, another cooking demonstration by Jermaine Jenkins of Fresh Future Farms at 5:30. And tonight, wrapping it up at 6, we will have our historian Nick Butler with Hester McFadden and the Liberty Hill community talking about the history of the Cooper River Library and the integration. If you all will bear with me, I do want to quickly thank all of our sponsors. This would not be possible today, as well as our reception last night, had it not been for their generous contributions. So we have Callie's Hot Little Biscuits, where you'll get to enjoy inside. Chef Amethyst Ganaway, the Charleston Friends of the Library, the Charleston School of the Arts, who will be playing the beautiful music for you, the Children's Museum of the Low Country, Coastal Chamber Music, who played at a reception last night, Core SC, who purchased the hydroponic garden as part of a grant that you will see inside, Creech's Florist, Daddy's Girl Bakery, Evo Bakery, Fresh Future Farms, Holy City Brewing, but no, there was no beer. They provided the food. Jamaican Grill right down the street. The Liberty Hill Historical and Genealogical Society. Liberty Hill Improvement Council. Military Magnets High School JROTC. New York Pizzeria. Orange Spot Coffee. Roadside Blooms, and the South Carolina Stingrays. And what you'll notice about that list is all of them are based in North Charleston. And it was important for us to make sure that we incorporated the economic prosperity of the community into the library so that they continue to help grow this community. So thank you so much to all of them. And lastly, again, just thank you to the Charleston County Public Library staff. The team have been hard at work. Thank you to all of the team on my staff today for making this event today, this morning, possible. And so if everyone will gather around the ribbon up front, and elected officials and the Board of Trustees, please, we will cut the ribbon and welcome you into the Summey North Charleston Library.